Welcome back to Grizz Vision here on Grizz TV. My name is Neal Ruhl, here with women's soccer coach Mags Saurin. And coach, you guys announcing your spring season schedule. You have a lot of games over the course of the spring. It stretches out over a 6-week span. Talk about really the science behind that.
Well, we're actually playing a game, as you mentioned early on, in February on the 13th against Western Michigan here at our dome. We always want to try to play a game in February, and we actually have spring break at the end of February, which is sometimes a little earlier than a lot of other schools. A lot of schools play or have a spring break on the first week of March, so that kind of gives us like a 2-week period where we can't really schedule games because we're either on spring break or other schools are on spring break. So it's nice to get a game in early in February. The girls have been training since they came in, the beginning of January. So that's kind of like the carrot, hey, let's get ready for this game, as opposed to waiting, a longer period of time, maybe 2 months before we play a game. So, we have a focus. We're getting ready for obviously the Western Michigan game. Then the girls will have spring break, and then we'll get back in and play against Eastern Michigan at their bubble, their dome, early in March. So our spring season typically goes January through April, and we finish pretty early on in April. So we really only get 1 or 2 games in April.
All right,
So we
coach.
try to play in February, then March and April also.
Right. When you look at the teams that you have lined up,
Yeah.
it really will be a good way for you guys to just kind of gauge your progress, see where you're at in relation to the other teams.
Yeah, spring is really more about for us for individual development. So a lot of the players that maybe didn't get to play a whole lot in the fall get to work on their game and get to kind of stake their claim before we bring 8 freshmen in the fall and add those guys to our squad. And so it just gives the girls an opportunity to gel together. We've obviously lost 5 seniors that were an integral part of our success last year. And so now we have players that, are going to step up and get maybe more opportunities than they had in the fall. So it is about individual development, and certainly we will be pitting ourselves up against teams that are notoriously very strong within this region, in particular in the state of Michigan. So we're excited about that, and we know they're not going to be easy games, and we know we're going to have to be focused and we're going to have to be prepared physically and mentally for those games.
All right, coach. We certainly do appreciate the time. End of summer will be here before you know it, right?
Hopefully.
All right, coach. Thanks
Thanks,
for the
Neal.
time.